Yeah, I did change, and I'm really glad I changed.
This One's Wife. Catherine Slay's Montecito Meltsdown. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Some of you may be familiar with the singer Morrissey. He sang a number of years ago, "We hate it when our friends become successful. We hate it when our friends become successful. Oh, look at those clothes. Now look at that face. It's so old. And such a video. Well, it's really laughable." To paraphrase, This One's Wife hates it when the nemesis is successful. This is because the nemesis is painted black by her, which means that every single time that Catherine, Princess of Wales, comes up on her radar, she is viewed through the lens of being painted black. And there have been 2 appearances in recent days by the Princess of Wales, which will have undoubtedly resulted in some smashing of plates, the clenching of the jaw, the death stare being issued as ignited fury rose as a consequence of the threat to control. The first was Catherine's attendance with other royals at a remembrance event. The Princess of Wales joined King Charles and other senior royals at a remembrance event in London on Saturday night, her first major formal appearance since finishing chemotherapy. She joined Prince William and other members of the royal family, as well as senior politicians, at the Royal Albert Hall on Saturday night, where they watched a commemorative concert from the royal box. The king, who has also been treated for cancer, received a standing ovation from the audience when he arrived. The Festival of Remembrance was held to pay respect to serving personnel, veterans, and their families. The Royal British Legion event featured a performance from Sir Tom Jones, who performed "I Won't Crumble With You If I Fall" with the Royal Air Force Band and salutes by military personnel. The royal family stood at points to clap for veterans, and later in the night joined in the singing of a hymn. King Charles was there, Princess Anne was also there, Prince William was there. Now, first of all, this is the type of event that This One's Wife has no actual interest in attending. Yes, there was a pre-recorded video release with her and Fanta Pubes wearing their poppies. But this type of event doesn't interest her. It doesn't interest her because, quite simply, for her, it's boring. Irrespective of the fact that people throughout a variety of conflicts from the First World War onwards have given their lives to preserve the ability for people to be able to express their views, such as This One's Wife, although her views are not really worth listening to, she would pay lip service to an event such as this because it's not about her. An event such as this sticks in her craw because she wants to attend the celebrity-packed events. She's not interested in what she would see as the dull and boring service-related events. Service both in terms of the services, by virtue of the armed forces, and demonstrating service by paying respect to them. Now, because This One's Wife does operate a facade, if she were to attend such an event, she would naturally largely behave herself. But she'd prefer not to go to such an event because it's not about her and it doesn't really accord with her somaticism. She wants to be seen at the glamorous events, and turning up at a remembrance event is not viewed by her narcissism as glamorous. Nevertheless, we see the hypocrisy of the narcissist whereby, although this is the type of event that she wouldn't really want to go to, she can't stand the fact that Catherine is there and looking well and receives a warm welcome from people. Furthermore, she cannot stand the fact that Catherine is reported on in the press and more widely. This is because the attention is focused on Catherine rather than This One's Wife, and it doubly hits home because, first of all, it's fuel that should be received by her. Catherine isn't a narcissist, so she doesn't need fuel, but the fact is that people's attention being directed towards Catherine means it's not going to this one's wife, and that wounds her, and moreover, because she is the nemesis, this is doubly problematic for her. To see her looking elegant as usual at an event with Prince William, the King, Princess Anne, various political individuals, and receiving warm applause from the audience, all of that really gets under the skin of this one's wife. It threatens her need for control and would result in an ignited fury response. But it gets worse for her, because on Sunday, the Princess of Wales attended at the cenotaph. And it gets further problematic for this one's wife, because ordinarily supine publication People.com, through Rachel Burfield, reports Kate Middleton poignantly honours late mother-in-law Princess Diana 2 days in a row at remembrance events. Kate Middleton, rather than calling her Catherine Princess of Wales, but there we are, has paid sartorial tribute to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana Princess of Wales, for the second day in a row. After honouring the late Princess of Wales, who died at age 36, on August the 31st, 1997, on November the 9th at the Festival of Remembrance at Royal Albert Hall, Princess Kate did so again on November the 10th at Remembrance Sunday at the Cenotaph War Memorial in London. The Princess of Wales wore a pair of Collingwood pearl earrings that once belonged to Princess Diana. Kate also brought back her sapphire and diamond engagement ring that once belonged to Diana, which Kate has worn off and on throughout 2024, sometimes preferring to wear a ring stack that didn't feature the iconic piece that originally garnered attention in 1981 upon the engagement of then Lady Diana Spencer to Prince Charles. On November the 10th, Kate gave another sartorial nod to Diana by wearing a black lug from Catherine Walker & Co., one of Diana's go-to designers throughout her life in the public eye. Arguably Diana's favourite designer, Walker was also a friend of the princess, and Diana wore her creations from early in her royal life, including while on tour in Australia with Prince Charles and Prince William in 1983. Accordingly, not only is it the case that Catherine makes an appearance at the remembrance event, on the Saturday she also makes an appearance at the cenotaph and looks suitably elegant on both occasions, which of course will get right under the nose of this one's wife, but also because People.com talks about her in glowing terms and references all of the connections between her and Diana, Princess of Wales. Of course, this one's wife believes that she is the incarnation and embodiment of Diana, channeling her spirit. And the fact that Catherine is wearing items that are linked to Diana will similarly annoy this one's wife. It will threaten her need for control. Now, it's not the case that this one's wife will think to herself, hang on a second, I'm the one that cosplays Diana, you're not allowed to, pack it in. But rather she will feel a deep-seated irritation that's generated by the fact that people are talking about her in such terms and referencing, of course, the fact that she is wearing items of jewellery and clothing linked to Diana. This will really irritate this one's wife, and again, because it's the nemesis. The narcissist can't stand to see other people doing well, and particularly where they are painted black. Even when you're painted white, the narcissist doesn't like the attention being focused on you, but in such circumstances, the narcissist is more likely to try and commandeer your success as being their success also, that they bask in your reflected glory, that you're doing well and they want to share in being well also, rather than necessarily denigrating you. It's a much more subtler form of manipulation, but it's still done by virtue of character trait acquisition by the narcissist, who looks to piggyback your success rather than putting it down. Where you're painted black, In such circumstances, the narcissist will denigrate you. Now, this one's wife isn't able to approach Catherine directly, so she will, of course, muttered under her breath, or to Harry, about the appearance. And that she was saying, "Look at her, trying to be Diana," criticising her in that respect, criticising her looks, criticising the way that she appears. All of this will be done because behind closed doors, this one's wife will manifest that hatred towards her sister-in-law because the facade management doesn't need to keep it in check. Accordingly, the fact that Catherine looks well, looks elegant, looks composed, and attends 2 remembrance events really winds up this one's wife and will result in a threat to control with a consequential ignited fury. The typical smashing of the plates cliche that's associated with her may well occur, but if it doesn't, you do know that her fury would have been ignited as a consequence of seeing Catherine attend these 2 events. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.